talked a lot about, we need to be better. What areas of the game do you want to see your team improve in the second half of the season?
I think we need to get better on the mental side of the game. If you watch the game, and you guys should watch the games, and the glaring individual breakdowns and mistakes are the ones the mistakes happen, and especially in the game of hockey, it's fast. Mistakes are going to happen, but the timid, lack of composure type things that that happen at times, and it's not all the time, but it happens to some of our veteran guys at this point, and that's a mental thing. It has nothing to do with it has nothing to do with ability or capability. It's different playing when you have maybe a target on your back a little bit that trying to be in the fight, and that's been a challenge for some guys individually. And we're not a team that can have a handful of guys every night losing their composure and and having mental issues. So that's the biggest thing, I think, for us. Hopefully we can get healthy and get some guys back in the second half. Having Walter back would be a huge thing, hopefully, and hopefully we can make it back towards the later part of the season. But as a whole, I think our team believes we can do the things that we want to do, that we set out to do, but we know we're just not. The record might be fine, we're nowhere near where we need to be in order to, at the end of the day, to be, holding a trophy somewhere.
Now, is that just a matter of repetition, getting to those moments and feeling them and embracing them? Is that what it's going to take to change?
Embracing, pressure, if that's what you want to call it, and not, faltering in it, enjoying that part of it, and say, hey, this is why you play, and it's an easy thing to talk about. It really it comes down to what's your mental process when you're going through those moments, and are we scared to be in the moment, or I want to be that guy? And we have a lot of guys that want to be that guy and that have really thrived and gotten better, and we have a handful that are really struggling with that, and it's not that they're not capable, and I fully believe, our staff fully believes that we'll get there.
Any update on Breen's surgery successful?
Yeah, he's just in recovery. It's going to be a few weeks before he can do much, and he's coming back next week. At home for this week to see his family because he can't really do anything. So, but hopefully he'll be back next week and on the road to recovery.
Absolutely. And then, how do you think the team responded first home series without him?
I thought it was a hard series. Stonehill played really well. At times it felt like we weren't playing very well, and then you go back and watch the tape and say, hey, we were playing hard. It wasn't. So a lot of credit to them and how difficult they made it on us. Really well coached, played really hard. I thought, outside of some individual breakdowns, in their goals they scored the other night, one kind of went off of one of our guys on a face-off and just deflected in, kind of a weird play. And then their second goal at the end of the game was just a complete meltdown, by from the offensive zone by a couple guys. So it's we didn't give up much, which is good. Did we score? No, but Andrew played really well, I thought, for them, and so it was a hard-fought series, which is great because when we scheduled those games, we didn't know what we were going to get. With the newer program, and last year they really struggled, and they brought in new staff, and they've got some guys that can play, and it was really good for us.
Coach, the only other thing I really got is, how do you want the guys to use this time off to make sure you keep a high level when you come back, because it's pretty much Denver right away after that?
Yeah, well, Bentley's a really good team.
Yeah, that's
going to play too, and so that they've already got 11 wins or whatever it is, and they gave us a lot of problems last year when we played down there. So, but we have to attack the break just it's part of our season. It's not we can go home and just sit on the couch and let mom and dad bring us food, and and I think our players know that, and we have to use it as a positive, not okay, we come back and now we're trying to get back in shape, or we're trying to work off the 5 pounds we put on, because that can cost you your season, and so everyone has the same thing when it comes to Christmas break in our sport. It's a little bit longer in hockey than it might be in some other sports, and we have to use it as a positive. Our players have been going really hard since the middle of July, basically. You know, not necessarily that we're on the ice with them when they come, but they've been here. So that's 5 months going in pretty hard, and so I think use it as a mental refresh. At the same time, use it as a way maybe we can work on some of those mental skills that we talked about, and maybe we can get on that bike for an extra 30 minutes, or get on the ice for an extra 30 minutes, and it might not be a physical thing where you're checking each other over and over and over again like we are every day, but maybe the conditioning can get a little better, and maybe we can make a 5% gain, and that helps us in the second half.
Almost like a built-in break. In your coaching experience, have you felt that this has helped players getting that kind of mental refresh, getting to go home, or have you felt that sometimes, or have you seen it both ways, where it can be bad, it can be good?
Yeah, 2 years ago, it was our second year as a staff here. We had like 16 days where the guys went home, and we came back and we played Colgate. We were horrible, and that was a lack of planning on my part, not knowing. Like, most of our guys some guys are still around here and they'll be on the ice taking finals, but a lot of guys don't have finals that maybe they're online or so they can go home and do it. So I think a lot of that's changed in the last few years, especially since COVID, where a lot of stuff got moved online. So having a little bit better plan around that stuff is important. I've seen it go both ways, and it kind of depends on the maturity of your team, to be honest.
What and just kind of last thing for me, these guys get to go back home to their home communities, and you're a member of a top 5 hockey team, in the country. What do you think it means for them to kind of go home and inspire another generation, kind of at their community at home?
Yeah, I mean, I think they're all really proud to be here, as are we as a staff. And this place is really special, and so it's cool when you can go and back to your home, wherever you might be from, and have that Maine hat or jersey or helmet or whatever it might be. If you're on the ice with your buddies that you grew up playing that might be playing other places, I think it means a lot, and that's what they've the players have built that for themselves, and so it's a special thing. It's a good question. Yeah.
All right, thanks very much, Coach.
Congratulations.